Vapor face! What's up, vape fam? Sorteal here, and welcome to the Vaporworks lab. Been vaping on the profile RDTA and RDA setup on top of the topside light for about the past month. I'm actually working on a video that kind of shows you guys my insane wicking technique for the profile and how it can really make your wick last upwards of a month with almost no cotton collapse or hot spots or the dreaded mesh dry hit. I was actually hoping I'd get a little bit of cotton collapse, so in the videos I could show you guys kind of my technique to correct that, at least until you can re-wick it or anything like that. But so far I've had zero cotton collapse, so pretty impressed by that. So hopefully that video will be up in the next day or two. Stay tuned for that. That's not what I want to talk about today. What we're going to take a look at today is the Seri RDA from Hellvape. Now, as the name implies, this is a series RDA, so instead of dividing the resistance of your coils, this is actually adding them together. This is also a triple coil RDA, so you can kind of put 3 coils in there. Or if you don't want to do that and you just want to use dual coils, it does kind of come with a neutral post plate that you can kind of screw into the middle posts, and then just use it as a standard dual coil series RDA. Now, you're going to use it in triple coil, you're going to need some pretty low resistance coils. So for that, I've got some Twisted Timmy's Parallel Aliens. I know parallel series, all that doesn't sound right, but they're called parallel because they're really designed to be used on a parallel mechanical mod. These in the pair come out to 0.06, so individually they should be about 0.12, so 3 of them will be 0.36, which should be perfect for this Seri RDA. So we're going to dive down, take a look at it, build it, wick it, juice it, come back up, stick it on top of the Dreamer in series stack mode, vape on it, and I'll tell you guys what I think overall. So let's dive on over here, guys. All right, so this is the package that your Seri RDA will come in. I actually really like the look of this RDA overall. If I can get it out of here. It just really looks clean in my opinion. I think this is a 26 millimeter RDA. On the bottom there, it just says Hellvape, then all your usual kind of branding and things like that. I do like the Seri logo. It's, you know, pretty simplistic, and overall the whole design of this is relatively, you know, minimalistic for the most part. All right, what else do we get in this package? If I can get it out of here. Ugh, this whole packaging this time is super tight. All right, see what all comes in this box. Get the Hellvape kind of coily tool for cutting your leg leads. And it does give a recommendation, which looks like it is 5 millimeters. Comes with coil and cottons, and they do throw 3 coils in there, so that is pretty cool. Overall, got your bag of tools, a looks like squonk pin, some extra grub screws, o-rings, the usual jazz, and that's about it. All right, so let's throw this on the Gower 21 and we will take a look at the deck overall. Let me move some of this stuff. All right, there is our crazy triple coil deck. Now the top cap, a nice dome shape to it, and this all actually comes off. This whole dome section on the top here comes off. If I can get it, there we go. And it comes off like that. Shows your airflow. Then this is really just kind of the AFC control ring going over top here. There we go. It's a little bit of a pain to kind of get back on. Not super hard, but you really have to have it right in the exact spot. to get it where you want it. But I do like the control over the airflow, being able to kind of cut it down, and kind of the design that they have allows for, you know, kind of that little almost flower pattern across all of it. So it doesn't really have any kind of just weird airflow setups to it. It's all pretty straightforward. Should be hitting the coils nice. Yeah, I like that. All right. So here's our deck. These are flathead screws, which is always nice. Let me find my correct screwdriver. Not either one of those. Not that one. Of course, I grabbed all the wrong ones. All right, this should work. So let's back these out. Should be a pretty easy affair. Probably didn't even really need to back them out that far, but just to be on the safe side, that's what I'm going to do. Now this central part right here, I did not see it in the package, but it has to be in there somewhere. There should be a kind of neutral plate to go in these two posts right here. Actually, let me see if I can find it in here. Yeah, it's in there. Right there. That right there is the plate if you want to use just dual coils. But, you know, if we're going to try this thing out, let's fucking try this thing out. You know what I'm saying? Back this one out. Back the next one out. A lot of grub screws to back out in this son of a bitch. All right, and these are the coils that we're going to use. Twisted Timmy's Alien Parallel 0.06. That's the pair. So like I said, each one should come out to about 0.12. So we should get an overall resistance of about 0.36. Let me grab my wire cutters here. I really like the look of this deck. As crazy as it is, it actually looks pretty clean for, you know, what it's doing overall. Let's pull these out. We'll cut these at the recommended, which is 5mm leg leads. Now these are some extremely nice looking coils. I want you guys definitely to check these out. Look at those. Those are just amazing looking. All right, let's cut these to the 5mm leg length that is suggested by Hellvape. All right, now let's go ahead and place these. Should be a pretty straightforward process, hopefully. These might be a tight fit in this. We'll kind of just have to wait and see. All right. There's our coil number 2. All right. There we go. All right. Looks a little bit better. Kind of the extra wire that's in these coils, well, no kind of to it, but the extra wire that is used in these coils was kind of just free sticking out over here. So I definitely had to readjust that. Other than that, it's looking pretty good, I think, overall. All right, let's see what it came out to. 0.3 right now, so we are looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and pulse and pinch this, and then we will see where we're at. Actually, 60 maybe about where we want this at to pulse and pinch. Whoa. Okay, this is bad. Check this out. You see how cockeyed that is on this side? That post has like almost completely come out. I'm probably lucky I have not vented a battery. Now, as I cranked down on that grub screw, I noticed the whole thing turned. That whole side of the deck turned. Yeah, it doesn't matter what I do. It's not going to set in there right. I don't know if this is just threaded wrong. It doesn't look like it. As I crank down on it, one side's just cockeyed compared to the other. It's not sitting down in there flush the way the other one does. Let's stick this back on here, see if we have any kind of issue. Hopefully we do not. You can definitely clearly see where one post is all cockeyed. Same with these two. If you really look at it from the side, you can see how this post right here is just leaning out more. But like I said, it's on that peak tight. Let's see what happens. Make sure I got all these tightened down good enough. So far, I gotta say I'm not impressed at all. I was expecting a lot more and not this kind of horrible build quality. All right, 0.34, that's a little bit better. I don't know, let's try and pulse and pinch this some more and see what happens. I'm really nervous to throw this on a mech now, if I'm honest. But let me see if I can even get them to glow evenly. You know, wick this thing up and pray it doesn't explode in our face. How about that? Sounds like a good thing to pray for, right? I cannot believe that. I mean, I can and I can't. I can because, you know, RDA doesn't cost a ton, so I'm sure, you know, corners being cut. But at the same time, that being a series deck, that should not happen. The way that one side is just cockeyed like crazy. And, you know, the screw there on the peak that, you know, sets those posts in there and, you know, kind of blocks it off from everything. It just screwing up in there. It was not straight at all. I finally got it as straight as I could get it to screw up in there, but it's almost like the threading is jacked. I'm about to say hell with this and just basically tell you guys don't get the fucking Seri RDA. It's a piece of shit. Because so far, that's pretty much my opinion of this. It may vape phenomenal and change my mind somewhat, but for the most part, this is a piece of shit. I don't understand all the everyone like, yeah, it's fucking pretty damn good. Unless I just got a bad one, you know. I got one that was made on a Friday or whatever. But so far, I am not impressed at all. And I normally love most of Hellvape stuff. I think it, you know, for the most part, I think Hellvape stuff is, you know, good quality, affordable, rebuildable vape stuff. But not the series so far. But I haven't given up hope. I've not given up hope, guys. I don't know. The coils look fucking phenomenal. What was it coming out to? Whoa, that's not good. Okay. The whole thing, this whole side, when I crank down on these screws, this whole side leans even more. I'm gonna let that cool for a second. Let's swap back over here. This is a huge bust. If anybody from Hellvape is watching, you've got to correct that. That is just ridiculous. Because this is a series deck. You can't fuck up a series deck. Most people that use a series deck are going to probably stick that on a mechanical mod, and you have a whole side post that just leans worse than the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And no matter what I do to try and straighten that screw out, it's all kinds of crazy cockeyed. That's just nuts. And I don't even know if, you know, maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. But I don't think so. So I'm actually going to look for some Seri RDA videos. Let's take a look here at Mike Vapes' video. Let's see what it looks like on Mike Vapes' video when he does. See, his stuff just looks like it's perfectly aligned. Yeah, those are even. Yeah, they're all even in that. I think I just got a dud, honestly, guys. Look, those look perfectly even. They're not all cockeyed the way that mine are. I mean, that just looks horrible, guys. Horrible. Yeah, I mean, on this side with the, set post, it's perfectly even. On the other side, not at all. I wish I knew how to correct this, guys. I really do. But I don't think I can. I honestly don't think that there is a way to correct this. I think this is just fubar. It's not even sitting flat in that peak. Oh, man. It's all jacked up in the threading now. So, like, as I'm backing this out, it's just, you can feel it just shredding those threads in there. It's still all cockeyed, but it put the resistance where it's supposed to be. Finally, let's take a look at this. After fucking with it for God knows how long, now it's finally where it's supposed to be resistance-wise. See if it stays there. Let's try and pulse and pinch this thing again. It looks a little bit better. All right. Now, I'm going to let that cool off. I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to go ahead and wick it, juice it up. I am not going to stick this on a mechanical mod just to be safe. And I honestly think it's just I got a bad one, honestly. I got one that just the machine did not set the posts right. And then when it kind of screwed it in, it just fucked the threading up there of that side of the posts, and there's no fixing it at this point. So I'm gonna have to try and get a hold of another one. But I will say, does not bode well for my opinion overall of the Seri RDA. I think this could have been so much better, and I'm not happy with this at all. This is, I feel like I'm building just on an absolute piece of shit. Sorry, Hellvape. All right. See if we can wick this thing up. That actually doesn't look bad. It really sucks because I wanted a good triple coil RDA that I didn't have to kind of do 2 coils in one set of posts. Let's do whipped cheesecake. It's not shorting out on me. But overall, I'm not happy with this thing at all. It is giving me nothing but trouble. I can't believe those posts. That still blows me away. Still blows me away. All right. Put this top cap back on here. All right. Let's swap back over here. I hate it because it looks great. It is a great looking RDA. Just drown it with some more liquid. I crank this wattage up even higher. I'm gonna start at 150. Wait a minute. This sucks because that's really good. And that's at 7.3 volts. No, 6.3. The flavor off this for being triple coil is damn good. I will say these coils spit like a motherfucker, but I'm not really going to hold that against Timmy because I think it's more just this shitty deck. And kind of that last coil wick job was just a rush because I was done with this fucking thing. Yeah, these coils spit hard. Like molten lava shooting into your mouth. But like I said, that's probably more the deck and more my just rushed wick job there at the end from being frustrated with this thing. I mean, I'm not getting nothing crazy's going on. Fuck it. Let's try it on the mech. It's not shorting out on me. I've got it at high enough wattage that if it was going to, I would know by now. And I'd like to give it a go on a mech. This is probably an extremely stupid idea that nobody should do at home. I need my spacer. Like I said, it wasn't shorting on us. Man, now I really hate it because that looks just sick on this Dreamer. Yeah, it sits on there pretty damn good. It's little big. Because, you know, the Dreamer's really designed for 24 and 25 millimeter atomizers. And this one's 26, but it certainly doesn't look bad. We're going to try this thing. Hopefully not catastrophic. Not getting crazy hot. Good sign. I love this whole setup here with the Dreamer. This looks great. A lot less spitting going on once I stuck it on the mech here. Yeah, I would definitely don't ever do this. Like, if you're messing with an RDA and something is off with the posts, don't mess with it. Just don't. Definitely. I mean, well, don't mess with it. Don't ever do what I'm doing right now. If you ever get an RDA or RTA, whatever, and the posts are just cockeyed crazy, you take it all apart and you find that no matter what you do, it just won't sit right. It doesn't look the way it's supposed to look. And then you kind of just go with it, pulse and pinch, wick, juice, and you vape it on a regulated device and everything's fine. Just keep vaping it on the regulated device. Don't take the risk of let's throw it on a mech. I'm actually being extremely stupid by doing this right here. And honestly, the only reason I'm doing it is because I did kind of crank the wattage up pretty close to where it would be on this. And, you know, no short or nothing. The ohms were coming out where they were supposed to be. It's just, you know, that one post side is just leaning. And no matter what I did with that screw, it's just screwed up the entire threading of that post side. Like, it's catching, but anytime no matter how straight you get it sitting in that peak, once you screw that screw in, it just leans. There's nothing you can do about it. But overall, this is vaping great. Should probably let it cool for a minute and then just take a giant rip off of it. Let's do that. I'll kind of talk a little bit about what I think overall. I love the look of the Seri RDA. It looks great. At first, when I first saw pictures of it, I was like, that just looks way too plain and boring. But pretty much on everything, you know, I've only stuck it on 2 devices so far, the Gower 21 and the Dreamer, but with both, it looks really good. And with the Dreamer, even though, you know, it's slightly bigger where it's got kind of that slim and then it widens out at the base, and then, you know, the Dreamer widens out right here, it actually looks pretty good. I really like the look of this right here. Kind of wish it was red and black splattered on the top cap there, but overall, it looks good on any, you know, the 2 devices I've thrown it on, it looks really good. Any of the pictures on Instagram on devices that I've seen it on that people have posted, it looks really good. I like the top cap. I like the airflow design. I like the idea of triple coil series build. Just this particular one didn't pan out. Now, I've seen a ton of reviews. We took a look at Mike Vape's, you know, some of his review just to see what his deck looked like, and his looked fine. Everything was straight, everything was where it's supposed to be. So I know I just got a bad one. That's really all there is to this. But the fact that it's a series deck and there's a bad one floating out there, that doesn't, you know, it doesn't help Hellvape out at all. This should have been caught. This should have been like, wait a second. Nope, pull that one. All right, let's keep on trucking. But somehow it made it through the process, and I keep finding these. I don't know what it is with that. The recurves, they had issues. This one, it has issues. So there's some quality control stuff going on that really needs to be fixed at both with Tofo and Hellvape. Now, I know it's going to happen, but I just find it odd. All right, let's go ahead. This has kind of cooled down enough. Let's give it a big rip. It vapes great. Triple coil is not something I would like continuously build this at. I think dual coil would be my normal go-to for this. But overall, triple coil, especially with these parallel aliens, works fucking pretty damn good. Yeah, clowns for days. This is gonna be another time my wife comes home and is like, "Serious, really?" All right, guys, that's pretty much it. I like the Seri RDA overall. I really just think I got a bad one, but I mean, I'm definitely gonna have to ding it for being fucked up. Is it something I would recommend? Maybe. Maybe if you've got enough kind of cash for it that if the first one you get is fucked up like this, you can order another one and just kind of play the lottery with it, maybe. But I'm not impressed at all by the deck and how that whole thing works. I know I probably just got a bad one, but I mean, that's fucked up. It should have It shouldn't have had that, you know, cockeyed post there. That's dangerous in a series RDA, really. So, and you know, I'm just going ahead and vaping it on a mech because I'm a dipshit apparently. But it vapes great overall, even in triple coil mode. I haven't really played with the airflow much. Let's cut it down. This is probably about 25% cut down. No. In triple coil, wide open's where you want it. That whole, even just cutting it down 25%, the heat goes up way too much. I mean, it's damn near burning my throat, you know, just cutting it down to 25%. Full open's where you want it in triple coil setup. I'm so mad that the whole posts are leaning, but it's working. And, you know, it never shorted out on me. I never got a short warning on the Gower 21, but just the way they're cockeyed, I mean, I don't know, that's just dangerous because, you know, you never know if it's finally just going to go and break that screw and all of that. So I'm definitely going to have to be careful with this one. This may be the only time I actually stick it on a, you know, series stack tube. But it definitely won't be the last time I use it. I'll probably play with those posts some more in that screw, maybe trying to replace that screw and see if I can't get those posts level where they're supposed to be, because I really like this RDA. I so want to just trash this thing right now because it was such a headache and because it was assembled just horribly assembled. But it still is performing really well. So overall, I think the Seri is worth it. Just know you may have to buy a second one if the first one you get is jacked up like this one was. But it vapes great even in triple coil setup. I'll definitely have to try dual coils next. I'll feel a little better about it. I'm not sure how it's going to work in dual coil with that plate with one of the central posts leaning so far. I don't know if that little neutral plate will actually fit now with that one post leaning so far. With coils, you know, you can kind of spread the legs, but with that plate, it's just a solid piece of metal. I cannot move those legs at all. So I'll definitely have to see what's up there. But it's not boding well for ever being able to use this particular series in anything but triple coil setup. But yeah, the performance on it so far is great. So I don't know. I'm going to leave this one up to you whether or not you guys think that it's worth the risk. I would definitely say if you're going to order one, order two. And maybe from different places just to make sure you get one from different batches, because this one, I don't even know. I'll probably order another one because this one is just so jacked up. And I mean, you know, the box didn't look damaged or anything like that, so it's just definitely in assembly. But overall, I like the way it performs. It vapes great. Flavor off of it is great. I love the way it looks. I love just the overall build of it with kind of the whole top cap section here being your AFC that pops off. And then the inner part is kind of just the dome section. Take the risk if you want. Like I said, I'd order two just to be on the safe side. But this one in particular, yeah, fuck this one because it's all fucked up. I really would have liked an RDA that, you know, was assembled correctly. That would have been just super nice. But it's not shorting out on me or anything like that. It didn't short out on the Gower even when I cranked the wattage. I just had to play with those posts, which, you know, I should not have had to do. honestly. And even playing with them, I never got it perfect. It's still cockeyed there. And I don't know if I can use that kind of neutral post plate to use it as a dual coil series RDA. So I'll probably order another one, more than likely, which I guess that makes me a sucker. But so yeah, make up your own mind on whether or not you think the Seri RDA is worth it. I'm not really going to weigh in on that. I'll probably order another one, see if I can get a good one that, you know, doesn't have fucked up posts and all that. But it vapes great, it looks great, it performs excellent. So just kind of make up your own mind. But for this whole fucked up review, that's it. Vape on, and I will catch you guys in the next one.